friends, and welcome to the AKG team matchup here. We're going to be seeing the Snowflakes. Once again, we saw them before. We're going to be seeing them again coming in to our first game of the week here. We'll see whether or not they're going to be able to take a early victory. Obviously, that's going to be the most ideal situation. My name is Cherry J on the broadcast here. We'll see whether or not that this game is going to be going in this very aggressive immediately. He's going to come out from the Mordekaiser, not going to be able to hit it. Desert is going to be able to get a little bit of damage back off. Two turret shots, two going to Ryan Fog. However, still not going to be able to finish them off. 220 HP, going to be remaining and immediately forced to back off, allow space to be taken. And, you know, we look at these compositions here to start us off on the first game of the day here. You do see a lot of AP coming in from both of these compositions here. Obviously, running that Seraphine support, it has been very prevalent in this support and AD carry position recently, so it is definitely interesting to see that being that pick, along with what we do see as the Vayne coming alongside. Saf going to be on the Cassiopeia in the mid lane, along with the Holy Bible to go up into jungle. Demacia Delivery on the top lane here, playing with that Gnar. Definitely an interesting tank pick. Hasn't been that prevalent in the meta recently in pro play. However, it still definitely gets a little bit more time than the Mordekaiser, who we also see here. A lot of AP coming out from this red side composition with both a Mordekaiser and Ziggs in those solo lane positions, along with a Draven who's really going to have to take up that 80 damage. So immediately here, Stupid Eagle up in the top lane here. Moving over, as we saw last week, they were in the support position. However, now they are going to be moving over to this Mordekaiser. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to work. Realistically, though, I don't think that should cause too much of a problem for them. Obviously here, though, we do see the level 2 being received from this red side immediately, though. Some combos coming in. Stupid E-Girl sub able to get one little bit more damage here. Immediately, though, we go over back to the bot lane. See some more damage coming through. Turret taking a lot of pressure coming in. Red side going to have a great advantage coming in here with 300 gold lead already being developed. Demacia Delivery trying to go for more, but the proc comes through on the passive from the Mordekaiser. Stun's going to be traded out. Demacia Delivery, a player who I'm slightly familiar with their game. Haven't seen them playing a ton. However, I can say that they're very skilled. They're very talented. And, you know, obviously we've seen the other team here playing a couple times. Ryan Fogg's going to be that jungler position. I believe that they were on that before. John Rudy as well. I believe that they were a big fan of these AP mid laners. So we're definitely going to like seeing that coming through here. Light as well. Still picking up on that Draven. Definitely an interesting pick. I don't believe we saw this in the last time this matchup had occurred. This team, but, you know, 5k gold already being developed. 4.8 for the opposing side. Turret's about to take a little bit too much damage here, given over some gold. However, a great turret shot's going to try to come onto Light. However, not going to be able to hit it just yet. Sun's going to come down onto Destrus. We go over back to the top lane here. Demacia Delivery. Low HP, needing to go farm here. But Stupid E-Girl sub not going to give them the time of day. Instead, just going to keep on the pressure. We go back over to the bot lane. We do see the Cassiopeia and the Poppy both in the jungle here, potentially about to be called out. Ryan Fogg's taking a little bit of damage. Not going to be enough to secure very much. However, the Holy Bible going back into the jungle, looking to secure some more there. We got to start wondering, how is this game going to go when it comes down to those late game positions? And, you know, I do think that when you come down to the Snowflakes here, they're definitely going to want to try and end this off early on, since if you allow that Cassiopeia to scale, it could definitely cause a lot of major problems. Now, we're already 5 minutes in this game, no kills. Everyone has been playing relatively cautiously on this blue side. However, we move over to the red side, you could consider this 3 winning lanes with just how much gold has been already set and how much plates are about to be taken, with the bot side literally at 1 HP before that's going to go down. We do see the Poppy, however, looking to put some pressure down onto the bot lane here, which obviously being able to get that Poppy in support would definitely be a massive advantage. However, they are just going to back off, allow them to keep up the pressure. Stupid E-Girl sub taking a stun to the face, not going to be able to receive any extra buffs in return, but they are going to be able to get something down. But It's not enough. It's not looking good just yet. We'll see whether or not, with how much pressure they've been putting on their opponents, they're going to be able to keep it up into this next, what could potentially be a dive. There's no jungler in sight, though. The Maokai still on the top side of the jungle, taking some damage. RNGesus going to back off a little bit here, but still in control of the lane. We do see Light farming all of these minions here, not going to be giving anyone space to try and move up to get their own CS. Now, down into the bot lane, we do still see a little bit of pressure here. RNGesus dashing up, but instantly taking damage from the Braum in exchange. Ooh, Root's going to come through along with some good damage. However, some great blocks coming in from the Braum here. Not going to give much. We do still see, for the first time here, that Drake going to be taken down on the Rift. You gotta give them credit there. They want to scale this game. They want to be able to bring it forward. Void Grub's not even going to be contested just yet. However, it does seem like the blue side here is going to be in a bit of trouble. Flash coming out. Ryan Fogg taking first blood here with the support of that John Rudy. Definitely going to be a really favorable situation for them. Exhaust going to come through along with the Poppy, and it's RNGesus to get the first kill for the blue side right after they were eliminated. They're going to bounce right on back. RNGesus taking this next kill. You got to be happy here, making a 2-for-1 combo. Great gameplay that we're seeing here in this bot lane from this blue side, despite having a little bit of a bad start, being pushed against the tower. They were still able to kind of come back and bring it forward here. Demacia Delivery going to jump right on top of Stupid E-Girl Sup. Stupid E-Girl Sup, however, with all of the shield that they could possibly want to proc, they're going to be a little bit confident here. Level 7 gets reached, going to be healing themselves right on back up. Demacia Delivery still going to be playing aggressive, though. Not backing off just yet. Using both their summoner spells, or just abilities, I guess. They're going to be in a little bit of a rough spot. Not going to be able to proc anything, but Stupid E-Girl Sup getting absolutely bursted down. But as we are seeing here, the Maokai is going to be able to trade out Void Grubs for Dragon, but that Dragon, it's still not going to be enough to really make yourselves happy about it. We go over to the gold lead here. You know, the Vayne, they have a 100 gold bounty. However, that might be increasing here because Light taking a little bit of damage here, but Destrius going to be hit by the Ignite. Both players in the bot lane for this blue side so volatile. It's going to be Light to strike them down with the ultimate there. And after that, it's just going to keep on snowballing. Next skill comes through. Demacia Delivery going to be hit in a 2v1 situation. However, it's going to be made into a 2v2. Knocking them both back, though. It's the Poppy to relieve the pressure. Great game. Great showing from them right there. Letting them push the enemies right out of sight. Giving that Gnar all the opportunity to get out, be able to back up, and kind of just get everything they would want. Since they aren't too far behind on CS, they're going to be liking this matchup a decent amount right now, but game's going to go into a pause. And I don't know, not entirely sure why, but hopefully we're going to be getting back in soon enough. According to the players, that Ryan got summoned. I'm not entirely sure who Ryan is or where he got summoned to. I assume they're talking about Ryan Foggs, who already has a kill, so definitely they're going to be really happy with how that's been performing. We look over to the gold here, you know, it definitely does look really nice. With the Cassiopeia already having a death, they're going to be down on CS. Lost Chapter has already been built for John Rudy, so they're already looking to start their snowball experience. Probably going to buy Luden's Companion if they get the opportunity to do so. Now we go over to some of the other players here. Obviously, the jungler getting that Faded Ashes is going to be really good for them, along with the Hubris already being built on the Draven, looking to get some lethality in the game here. Now, on the other side, we do see the Vayne already going for a Bork, which definitely could cause a lot of problems, especially for that Maokai and Mordekaiser. So dealing with that is going to be a struggle. However, you know, we go over to some of the other players on the team. Obviously, the Gnar still having a lot of gold that they want to start building up. Poppy, same thing. They only have a pickaxe and a longsword right now, so they're really trying to get that attack damage online. Not really too concerned about playing as a tank, at least right for now. And, you know, we go over to some of the other players. The supports, they're both playing. They're both getting everything they could possibly want. Obviously, we do see the Seraphim being the first one to buy out the Oracle Lens. Braum and Spawn probably about to do that. So as soon as the timeout comes over, we're probably going to be seeing them take that as well. And, it's just kind of both teams. They want to be able to keep on playing. They want to keep on winning. However, I definitely think this red side has already gained at least a slight advantage immediately just based off this gold. 14.6k to 12.8. That's a massive lead when it comes to this early game. Once we get into the late game, if you're able to get a good team fight, I would not be surprised if this blue team can come back, take some wins, take some games. But as we know, best of 3, there is always opportunity to be able to do whatever and whenever you want to do it. There's just so many options. And I don't know. We're 8 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. This still could go in anyone's favor. I'm not going to say that one team has made some immaculate victory that's not going to be able to be returned from, because honestly, nobody has. Obviously, the bot laners are going to be really crucial since both of them are 2 and 1. It's a great start to be at, but when it's the Draven getting that 100 gold shutdown, obviously that's going to give them a little bit more gold to be able to get a item a little bit sooner than the Vayne. So I do definitely got to give them props for that, being able to take that kill and not even have to use the barrier, because as we can see on the right side of the screen here, Light does still have that barrier in hand, along with a flash that's at about a fourth of the cooldowns, while RNG's they don't have the ghost, but they do have that flash online. So if they do want to try and make a hero play, that is always going to be a possibility. I just think that as of now, I think both these teams definitely doing a great job. We'll see who's going to be able to take the advantage here, but right now I could say anyone. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming right on in after a little bit of a pause there. We're staying right on track with this game. Not too much happening in between. 2 to 3 still going to be the kills on both sides here. We'll see who's going to be able to bring that forward, turn 0 into 1, show what they have first. But as of now, we're staying by this mid lane here. Both these teams, they really just want to try and farm it out. There's 2 AP mid laners who want to scale, and they want to scale well. Obviously, that Cassiopeia can be a crucial turning point in the game if they can do so. Not able to hit the cannon minion there on the top lane. Unfortunately, a small price to pay for your life, but immediately here, Force of Nature gets unleashed. It's going to be a massive ult coming in from Maokai along with the Ziggs to try and go for more. We do see the stun still come down onto RNG's. Flash comes away. Desiree's though offline, and Light about to find out the next. A great start to the game here. Double kill coming in from the Draven. And at that point, you just got to imagine, is there anything left that they can do? A 2 to 6 kill score. It's nothing in return. Nobody dies. Nobody falls, and the tower keeps on losing health. Oh, never mind. They're not going to try and go for more. They're going to be smart. They're not going to be greedy, and instead just back off into the spawn room. Now, Demacia Delivery going to be allowing themselves to get away from the abilities sent by Stupid Eagle Sub. Let's see if they can do some of that similar stuff we saw them doing earlier, where they just burst them down, not allow anything. The power of these mages, not mages, these ranged top laners can be absolutely extraordinary. But, I mean, with the Maokai coming up, there definitely could be some problems in store, especially with John Rudy as well coming in close. Definitely something you got to watch out for if you are this Demacia Delivery here, because, well, as we know, John Rudy does some crazy damage. Light going to be in the mid lane here, switching it up a little bit here. So I guess we're going to be seeing Stupid Eagle Sub moving towards the bot lane. So obviously they do have experience, as we saw earlier in the games where they were in the support lane. I don't entirely remember which character. I remember them playing, I believe it was a Lulu. I think it might have been an engaged support, but I cannot remember that off the top of my head. Sav getting absolutely bursted down. Immediately Light dodging out on the Cassiopeia ult and then just dropping their own in to take the kill. Light possibly could just be this kill factor that's needed to absolutely just press W on the opponents. Light's going to be needing to back up a little bit, I assume, at a little bit of a crucial HP point. Oh, the Holy Bible going to be able to pull them away, though. Not gonna be the worst situation, but with the tower at already such a bad point in health, John Rudy's gonna collect the gold, and it's gonna still be this favor. However, 2 dragons have been taken from this blue side. So you do definitely got to give them props for that. If they are able to get to soul point, it definitely could be looking strong. But right now, at least, it definitely does not seem like that's even a possibility. 2-7. Let's see. Forte gold lead has already been obtained. 6 scrubs as well. So there's the two dragons that have been collected. But besides that, there's not a lot left going for this blue side. Obviously, they were not able to get first blood, so those boot upgrades are not going to be there either. And, you know, it's just looking bad. It's not looking good. That's all there is to say. I mean, nobody's up in CS. Well, actually, the jungler is up in CS, but that doesn't really matter too much when the opposing jungler has 2 kills and 2 assists. So you definitely got a lot more that you got to do if you want to be able to come back in this game. If you are this blue side, you definitely got to give them props, though, with the Vayne still being able to keep up with the Draven, who is absolutely fed out of their mind. It's a crazy idea for a Vayne and Seraphine to still being able to do this well. I'm kind of in awe, because Draven with Hubris, Berserker Greaves, and Pickaxe, so like at level, what, 9? Like, oh my gosh. They're doing amazing here. And immediately, the Holy Bible going to start engaging here. John Rudy taking a little bit of damage. Teleport's going to come in. However, the flash comes through. There's going to be the ult from the Maokai. Double root up. John Rudy takes the first kill. The entire team comes in. And it's a double kill to secure the fight. 9 kills have been reached. And at this point, it's going to be a massive march down onto the top lane tower. Stupid Eagle Sub going to be taking a little bit too much damage here, forced to heal themselves up with the shield, but immediately 2 plates have been found, 3 plates have been found, and that's going to be just a massive lead. And at this point, with the cannon wave coming in, I think it's all but inevitable for 5 plates to be found in taking this top lane tower. Yeah, I mean, just unfortunate. You had the entire team starting to just completely devour you on the top side. If you're that Gnar, you got to be unhappy with how that went. However, they're going to be coming back with the top laners already backing up into spawn, looking to go back into the well here. This rift is not going to be looking good. Obviously, 14 minutes into the game, it does seem like this is all but inevitable, with a massive lead already being advanced. The top tower already destroyed, along with a bot one. Kind of just seems like this blue side, they might need to just say NT go next. Maybe we try and just like play a little bit safer in the bot side. Obviously, their bot side didn't look terrible, because they were at one point up 2-1 in the kills, because they were able to get a double kill down onto that Draven and Braum. However, right now it just seems like that whole ideology was not just something that they can maintain, because they couldn't maintain it. They are absolutely being destroyed, and we're seeing it right here now as well, with the Holy Bible trying to go for some aggression. However, it's not even going to matter if they get a kill, because there's a nuke coming in from John Rudy. Saf's going to be the next target. Going to try and get an ult off, but not able to hit it. Trying to flash to make the kill happen, but instead forced to back up. That would have been amazing if it did, because, oh my gosh, using your flash to get the R to hit him, I mean, that is some next level advanced maneuvers, I gotta say. You know, it is really nice, though, that Cassiopeia had that attempt in hand to be able to use their ultimate, force the opponents to look away. You got to give them credit for that, but unfortunately it just was not enough. Right now, though, Trinity Force is going to be online for this Gnar. Demacia Delivery going to be happy with that, most likely to get that dueling capability. However, when Riftmaker is still on Stupid Eagle's hands, the Holy Vibe getting caught out in the ultimate, it's still, though, 3v1, a great playmaking position, though, to try and shut down this top laner. Nice job there. You can't expect that if you're the Mordekaiser. You try and just lane down, and immediately, as soon as you go into the ultimate, the entirety of the opponent's bot lane or not bot lane, but support and jungler start appearing to try and just get that little bit of damage down. It's 8k deficit. It's not going to be looking good. Congestion for the Dragon seems to be upon us here with the well, I guess they're not. I thought that the mid laners were about to try and get something in, but it does seem like that's going to be swiped right under their noses and instead going to be traded out for the Rift Herald. Down, though, to the bot lane. The Cassiopeia has no turrets to play behind. It does seem like the Draven absolutely massacring them. Double stun's going to come through. Saf going to be trying to get out here with Flash enabled, but they're going to be able to do it. I was kind of expecting Light to be able to chase them, but I guess they did not want to attempt that. I don't know if they could have won it. I know Draven is fast, but I guess Cassiopeia is just faster. But still, well, I gotta say, I think that that Rift Herald could definitely be a big playmaking position there, because obviously 3 towers have already been collected on this red side. So if you have that Rift Herald, you can kind of just send that down somewhere to try and even out that turret amount. You know, you want to be able to kind of even the odds here, but at this point, still Demacia Delivery is going to just try and farm. Maybe they'll go with the Poppy once that does get launched. Maybe they're going to put bot lane since their Poppy is still there. However, we'll see what the idea is going to be behind that. Obviously, though, a massive re-engage to the bot lane is going to be in play. Ryan Fog here, potentially going to be able to get a root off, but instead it's going to happen to them. Wasted of a flash, most likely. Ryan Fogg's trying to go in, but an absolute massacre happens on Light. Not able to do anything off of that. However, it's not going to matter, because the rest of the team is here to play. The Holy Bible getting caught out in the Mord ult. A little bit of peel coming through from the Braum, but it's RNGesus to keep on pushing. Stun comes through, a 3v1, and this is exactly what was needed. A massive turnaround coming through. Damage going to be in play, but Stupid Eagle Sup not able to do anything. And at this point, this blue side has made a massive comeback in the game to look to be able to bring it forward. But still, with turrets being disintegrated in mid, it's going to be John Rudy to really be happy with how this went for them, at least, being able to gain a lot more gold. You're looking to potentially score some minions down in here and just march their way down into this. That assault would be deadly if you just 5-man down mid, since there is no more mid turrets to try and create any more defense. But I mean, I think this blue side, after that last fight, I do gotta give them a lot of props, since that was really nice, being able to completely just burst down Light immediately and then do a 3v1 onto Stupid Eagle Sup and leave the Vayne, RNGesus, to just try and destroy the other tank in Ryan Fogs. Being able to get both of those players down, who've been such playmakers, definitely was a great idea and a great strategy coming into this. Demacia Delivery on the bot lane here, going to be hit by the Mordekaiser Q. We'll see whether or not Stupid Eagle Sup decides to use the E as well. They will, and going to be able to proc the passive once more. Demacia Delivery dodging out on the next Q. However, they're not going to be able to dodge an ult. going into their mega form here, looking to potentially get out. Not able to do it just yet, but Demacia Delivery will be the one to escape. John Rudy getting hit by the grounded. Ryan Fogg going to need to come in, but not going to be able to come in fast enough. Oh, never mind. They are fast enough. It looked like John Rudy was potentially just off the board there, but instead it's going to be a Maokai ult to give them that peel that's so needed. At this point, we do see the new objective in the game being targeted by this red side. You got to give praise. You know, this definitely would be a really nice objective to get because we have not seen this objective get collected yet. And the bot side, obviously, it does make sense since there were an extremely large amount of kills early on in the bot lane. However, Otacon offline, giving that buff over to the red side. They get these revives. They're going to be happy with it. We'll see whether or not they can take this even further. I think the answer to that is most likely going to be yes, because they play aggressive. We've seen it time and time again. And if you can play aggressive and also not give as much gold over to the enemies, that's going to be perfect. And that's even assuming they do die, which, as we know, they definitely can. They definitely have been shown that they are killable, and John Rudy's going to make a clear example of that, almost getting taken out, forced to use the flash. Demacia Delivery trying to chase, not going to be able to do much, and it's going to be the next one to be taken offline, going to be forced to withdraw from the fight. RNGesus is going to be the next to be taken down. Stupid Eagle Sub targeted by the tower, taking one shot, almost getting taken down, but instead going to be able to start shooting up everything else. The inhibitors are down. And at this point, with one inhibitor down, the minions are starting to make their mark here. Pushing through. It's gonna be John Rudy coming in across the map, looking to secure even more. Demacia Delivery pushing themselves away, trying to get something out of nothing. But the Nexus turrets taken offline. And at 22 minutes and 9 seconds, it does seem like this game might just be over. However, does seem like this blue side, they have some different plans. Stupid Eagle Sup willing to die along with their teammates, and you can't be too unhappy with that if you're either side here. Well, the blue side definitely can be happy with that. Well, they can't be happy with that, I guess would be the better words, since they did obviously only withdraw the opponents. They are still alive and kicking. Still no deaths for any of them. And if you are in a situation where the opponents have 7 kills and you have 16, and your Draven is 10-2 with 3 assists, and already has 3 items and level 3 boots, it might just be an unwinnable situation. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am a doubter in this blue side. They have not shown me what they got, but that is just my personal opinion. Now, obviously, can that opinion be turned? Absolutely. But when it's this early in the game, you haven't had time to scale. The Cassiopeia is very weak when it comes to these engages. The Holy Bible trying to go on aggressive, but instantly shut down. The ult came through, but the ult was not enough. Light's going to be able to take an 11th kill. It still seems like it might just be an absolute rampage. Stupid Eagle Sup getting stunned up, along with the charm coming down onto the Braum here, but it still does seem like there's some chances. Ryan Fogg's taken offline immediately here. Mordekaiser still has more they want to do. Stupid Eagle Sup going to be hit down. RNGesus taking the kill. RNGesus gets instantly traded, however, and it's going to be Light to do just that. Demacia Delivery trying to get out, but it's still going to be Seth to get destroyed immediately, though. The Cassiopeia finds their mark. Despite being a little bit low, they have so much more to offer us, and bursting down the opponents is a great way to show it. John Rudy trying to go for more, but hit down by the jungler, and it's the Holy Bible to keep this game alive. Wow. And we see in the chat there, the Holy Bible, they're very happy about that kill, boosting the morale. Definitely going to be a big upside here. We'll see whether or not they got anything left in the tank here. Demacia Delivery needing to get healed here. They could definitely get killed by a minion, but that's not going to be the case just yet. Instead, it's going to be the rest of the team clearing up these minions, looking to bring this game at least a little bit further. 24 minutes. They've survived. 2 minutes passed when this final 2 turrets were destroyed. The Nexus turrets, they do have, I believe it's 3 minutes, either 3 minutes or 5 minutes before they are respawned, so they are going to be coming up soon enough. You got to be happy about that if you're if you're on this blue side. Obviously, we haven't seen any Barons being taken, I don't believe. So, you know, definitely would be nice to see a Baron get taken here, but it does seem like that's not going to be the case. Instead, this red side, they want to take it down. The Snowflakes, they are not in the mood to try and fight this. They just want to absolutely roll, roll, roll. And, you know, there's not a lot of leads that you can say that this blue side has. They are no longer even up on dragons. Both Hextech dragons were, in fact, slain by the Snowflakes, so they're going to be happy there. Demacia delivered, taking a little bit of damage. Going to be able to back up. Mordekaiser using both their abilities, needing to back up a little bit here, but with Max on your shields, you're going to be happy there. Immediately here, engaging on the fight here, we see the Maokai taking damage. It's John Rudy shutting down the Holy Bible. It seems like RNGesus has more to offer us. Poppy ult comes through, not going to be able to find much. Still, though, Saf trying to get an ult in. It's going to be able to stun up the minions, but not the players. RNGesus pushing through, but pushing to their death. Demacia delivery going to be the next one on the hit list from Stupid E-Girl, but that's not going to be enough. Not securing the kill just yet, but now Nexus is wide open, cracked open the base, and it's going to be the Snowflakes that take game number 1. And in a dominant fashion, the Snowflakes are going to go up in this series 1-0. We'll see whether or not they can bring it forward. 23 kills on the board, 57,000 gold. You gotta be happy if you are the Snowflakes. But, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere because we're going to be back with match number 2 in just a little bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be coming back in with our second and potentially final game here. Same side, same teams. My name is Cherry J. We're going to be back at it again. RNG's is back on that vein, but besides that, everything on this team is different. As we can note here, a little bit of a crazy pick with the Otacon being played in the top lane, or not Otacon, sorry, Akshan being played in the top lane, along with that Annie being picked down in mid. We do, however, see that the Yorick is going to be in the jungle, which is kind of an interesting idea for a composition. But you know what? We'll see what they got in mind here. That range top definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with against the Gwen that is going to be picked up by Stupid Eagle Sub. Makes a little bit of sense. Last game they played it out on the Mordekaiser. This game switching to another AP top laner in the Gwen. So, you know, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to see what we get to witness here. John Rudy on going from the Ziggs over to the Syndra. Definitely an interesting swap there. But, you know, gotta respect it. Want to play those mages. Gonna be happy while doing so. And as we can see, almost everything in bot lane has changed, excluding RNGesus, who is still going to be on that vein. Corki and Leona going to be the picks for our bot laners here against a Tom Kench. Definitely an interesting support pick. Obviously, that ultimate giving a little bit of a get out of jail free card over to RNGesus. Definitely going to be a massive advantage there, but you know, we'll see how well that's going to work in the grand scheme of things, because as we can see, this game is going to be heading in just 1 minute. Off the top of my head, I'm looking at this, and it is interesting to see a lot of invades coming through from this blue side throughout this game, along with the red team. Both of them have kind of been on this ideology of we need to be able to gain space early on within the match. However, not a lot of wards are going to be put down. Coming up towards the top line here, we're going to be seeing our first little bit of action from this range top. We saw it last game with the Gnar, but Gnar is a little bit of a weirder pick comparatively to just running one of these just kind of archers in this top lane position. Obviously, you know, it is going to work in this early game situation, but how is that going to fare once you get into a position where you need somebody to play that front line, and all you're really going to have is your jungler and support to do it? Obviously, the Annie, a little bit of a mage there, which doesn't really have the best frontlining capability. And the Vayne, obviously it can, because Vayne is Vayne. You're literally the definition of a tank shredder. However, yeah, it doesn't give you as much HP, especially when you're going against something like a Syndra and Corki, which are so good at bursting down your HP and destroying your defenses. But we're immediately going into this game, seeing the bot line here, and we're going to be able to witness a little bit of a scuffle down in the mid as well. Damage coming out. Saf going to be able to get a hit in, trying to trade out the HP, even it up. But the red side still going to have at least a little bit of an advantage here. John Rudy pushing up, able to get a stun off. Saf going to be taking a little bit of damage. The Holy Bible coming in to peel for them, destroying the wards, going to be able to get rid of the vision activated from their opponents. Flash comes through, airborne as well. Saf going to be forced to flash, but flashing right on into the Syndra. Ryan Fogg's going to be able to get a little bit of damage onto the Bible as well, but will they be able to get even more? That's going to be the question. It seems like the answer to that question is just no. Ryan Fogg's almost falling down. However, the Holy Bible as well forced to disappear into the darkness soon enough. Trying to get some time out, but the Holy Bible, they might be overextending a little bit too much here, but no, they're going to be able to get out just fine. Immediately back to the bot lane here. Deser's taking so much damage, needing to get the heal up, going to be able to do it, but the stun's going to be big. Light going to take them to critical HP, but not able to secure the kill just yet. Root and stun both coming out here. RNGesus going to be the first one to fall. Light potentially falling with them, going to do it, but now it seems like a 2-for-1 might be in play, but no, the teleport's going to be in play as well. And at that point, you kind of just got to imagine that this Tom Kench is going to want to die to turret. Instead, not going to do that. Going into the jungle, going to be facing that Maokai. However, the Holy Bible going to be hit by the Ignite and hit to death. And at the, you know, it looked like a really strong play, but I think that Desert just needed to try and hit themselves under turret, not try and get away. And it's going to be John Rudy to actually secure the kill. So the mid laner here is going to be getting a little bit too fed with a 2-0 lead already. You know, it's not going to be a CS lead since they are down 10, but it doesn't really matter when you have 2 kills already. 2 to 4 kills seen already being put up. It seems like it's going to be a replication of last game, most likely. Ooh, Saf taking some damage, going to be hit by the stun. Fully viable, getting a little bit of an assist there, but Demacia delivery. Still wanting to be able to poke out Stupid Eagle Sup, but they have other plans in mind. Both of them wanting to go in aggressive here, take this first blood. As we remember from the previous game, that wasn't really a situation that was given to them very often. However, this game, it does seem to be an option for one of them to really be able to secure that lead early on within the fight. Not just yet. Wave starting to grow bigger and bigger on the blue side in the bot lane. However, it's going to be quickly dealt with and quickly disintegrated. Seth getting stunned up, taking a little bit of damage, going to need to back sooner rather than later. However, with the Grubs being the contestant here, they're probably going to want to contest this. Or Holy Bible going to be absolutely demolished. Level 6 achieved for Stupid Eagle Sup, giving them the next little bit of damage, and John Rudy doing the exact same thing, as well as getting the Void Grubs. They're going to be extremely happy with how that fight turned out, giving them the opportunity to potentially go for the dragon as well. It really does signal to this red side that they have so much left in the bank, despite having very different characters from game 1. It seems like they have the exact same game plan of just take this game by storm early on and then just win it out from there. So Eagle Sup back in the top lane. 2k deficit already being achieved. Stupid Eagle Sup using these abilities, taking this damage, looking to go for more, getting at level 7 before their opponent here. Makes sense due to the amount that they've been able to farm, and that XP has been meaning so much for them. Monster delivery needing to be able to bring this comeback, but it's just not here. It's just not ready. And RNGesus. Oh, they're playing that vein, a very self-sufficient character comparatively to most bot laners. And along with the Tom Kench by their side, you would assume that they would not be in such a detrimental situation this early on within the game. However, it just seems like everything they've been attempting has just been throwing a brick against a wall, and it just hasn't been able to break through just yet. They need to figure out a way to do just that, but so far that has not been possible. We're going to be seeing the Tom Kench leveling up. Without that ultimate in hand, level 5 is not going to do a lot for them. As we see, though, a 3v2 situation is going to be here. Maybe forcing out a flash, but there's no flash to be forced out. Root's going to come through. RNGesus finding the first, but they got a little bit too much to do. But never mind. It's Ryan Fogg trying to clean them up, but not able to do it just yet. Do you have anything left in the bank? No, you do not. Ryan Fogg going to be forced to let them deceive their way back into the fields. Desirous potentially going to be taken offline here, but no. John Rudy coming in. Crazy damage output, and you got to give them that credit of best mid laner in the lobby, doing so much already. We're only 9 minutes in, and they already have 4 kills, and the amount of gold they're getting has just been increasing and increasing. And the Poppy, they've only died twice, and they're still not even that much ahead in CS. The Syndra doing a phenomenal job going for these ganks and these roams into the bot side of the jungle, and still they are able to get 66 CS to match that 75 coming in from the Annie. Saf is not going to be able to get away from them this easily when it comes to that CS lead. And it's the same thing in the bot side here with the Corki not really having the most kills yet, but having 70 CS, almost double what we see from the Vayne. It is really strong to see that. Sheen's going to be bot compared to the Vayne, who was going for the same exact build as they were going for last game, looking to get that on-hit effect early on. Stupid Eagle Stop going to start dashing into the aggressive positioning of this Akshan. No. Ryan Fogg going to be able to get the root up, pushing them away. Demacia Delivery taking the damage. Might actually become bad for this blue side here if they lose their top lane this early on. Demacia Delivery needing to get away. Can they do it? Especially with John Rudy coming up into the jungle here, looking to get more. Sun comes through. Stupid Eagle Sup finds that finisher, and it seems like with the top laner dead at this point, there's not a lot more you can ask for here, except for maybe a little bit more power on the bot lane. Obviously, that Vayne Tom Kench has been a detrimental duo, to say the least, doing phenomenal work down in the bot side. However, despite that, the rest of the team has just been dying, and there hasn't been much counterplay to it. So, the 19k gold is about to be unlocked. However, with the mid towers taking a couple plates, you can't be too unhappy with it. 5 Void Grubs to 1. However, it's literally the exact same game as the previous one, at least in my opinion, with Void Grubs being taken by the red side, Dragons taken by the blue side. Demacia Delivery getting absolutely rolled down. Ryan Foggs taking the kill, looking to take the tower here. And yeah, it's literally the same as last game, with the top tower being the first one to be destroyed as well. I mean, it is insane how much this red team is being doing proactively here. Saf getting the next death of the team. Sun's going to come through onto the Tomcatch. However, Tomcatch once more able to pick up the Leona, but not able to secure the kill just yet. Light's going to be able to take down RNGesus, but with the Tomcatch forced out with a flash, Light's going to match it with one of their own, dropping in the rockets. Finds the counter, though, with Light getting turned into darkness. And it seems like there still is a little bit of hope here. The 4K deficit has been reached, but, you know, both supports will end with their lives still intact. Sun comes through. John Rudy forced to flash away. Will they be taken down? That's going to be the question. Annie's Bear is going to be able to do it. Taking the kill. Finally shutting down the Syndra. Darksteel no longer going to be in a really exponential point here where it just snowballs and snowballs. However, still, I don't know if that's going to be enough, since that Annie does not really have much to go for them here. Lost Chapter and Sorcerer's Shoes are all they're going to be having in their arsenal here, comparatively to what the Syndra's been building up, which has looked so good. Velocity Delivery back up in the top lane, taking a little bit of damage, going to be able to return it in kind, swinging across, dropping in the ult here. Flash coming through, but Gwen immediately countering. However, is that going to be enough? That's going to be the question. Seems like the answer to that is just going to be no, however. With the tower in the top side taking so much damage, the Holy Bible going to be able to hit it with the Demolish here. Not doing much after that. Instead, going to back off. Going to give them that space that is needed. Work their magic. When it comes to this Demacia Delivery, they want to be able to bait this Gwen into an aggressive position, try and get them to play up close, and then allow this jungler of the Holy Bible to strike on in. With the Maokai coming up, it doesn't matter if you strike on in, because it's going to be a 2-on-1 either way. Ult comes through from the Maokai. Root comes down onto both of them. Stupid Eagle Sup ulting out onto this tank here. The Holy Bible going to get his ultimate taken offline. Root's going to come through. Ryan Fogg pushing them back here, but not going to be going in too aggressive. Forced to back off. Going to try and get both players to make a little bit of that peace agreement here, and it does seem like that's going to happen. Stun comes through on the mid laner. Going to take a little bit of damage. Not going to be able to secure a kill. Light barely dodging out of the stun. The knockup would have been really nice, but it's still going to be Ryan Fogg to take the next kill. Stun's going to come through. Saf taking damage, and Saf's going to be the next one to fall. 27k gold has already been found here. And you gotta start thinking, like, is this game going to be even faster than the last one? Light going to almost, I thought he did get taken up there, but not going to be found out just yet. RNGesus looking to shut them down, however, and going to be able to do just that. A great kill to try and turn the tides here. However, it does seem like that's not just going to be one kill, it's going to be a second. With both bot laners dead, there still is definitely hope for this blue side to turn this to 1-1. Ooh, John Rudy going to make me eat my words with a double kill. Come down onto the bot laners, and as we know, the Dark Seal is still going to be in play. Good thing they didn't sell it after their first death, or else those 6 stacks would not have occurred. Syndra definitely going to be a really big power point here, especially when it comes to these characters that really don't do well and don't have that magic resistance that you kind of do need. Saf's going to be trying to come in, making a power play here, but not going to be able to do much just yet. They still do have a health advantage. However, it's going to be Light to return, shutting them down. John Rudy barely making it out alive, and now just forced to back. Because if you don't back, you are a madman, because you are at 1 HP. If you try and go back to the mid lane, despite there not being a mid laner to go back to, it'll probably not work out for you. Especially since we do see that there's a Yorick in the jungle. RNGesus coming in aggressive and immediately doing the same exact thing. However, it does seem like they're going to be found out. Maybe, potentially. Yes, they will. And it's not going to be for nothing by the looks. Oh, never mind. It probably will be, since the ult coming in from the Maokai does not do much. Oh, and hey, the Cinderbot Cosmic Drive. I guess their roams are not just a one-time thing here, and they really do like having that movement speed to be able to go in for even more than they already have. We'll see whether or not that's going to be a big play. That might turn the tides of this whole game here. Dragon's going to be the next point of contention. Going to be instantly able to burn that down. Ryan Fogg's trying to just do something. Not totally sure what, but it's going to work, because the kill is going to come through. John Rudy needing to back up here, however, not going to be able to do it just yet. The Corki's going to try and come in to support. Demacia Delivery taking a ton of damage. Very lot of damage, to say the least. RNGesus coming back, trying to get another kill onto Light here. They've done it once, they've done it twice, they've done it 5 times to be precise. But it does seem like they're going to have to back up once they note how the Syndra has appeared on the minimap. We'll see whether or not anyone's going to be coming after him, but no. Second dragon already been collected on this blue side here. 2 more till they have the soul. However, the Rift Herald is going to be in the possession of the Gwen here. 3 kills, 2 assists. They're going to be really powerful at this point, especially with the Cosmic Drive. 2 people have bought this. Definitely an interesting item to have a lot of people going for. I usually don't see Gwen's going for. I'm not entirely sure if it's being buffed. I have not read the patch notes recently. John Rudy, though, taking the next kill. Very good stuff from them. Stupid E-Girl Sup going to take a little bit of damage here, especially with the Yorick coming in. It looked a little bit of like it was a rough play, but no, Stupid E-Girl Sup, they're still going to be right in the ready here, looking to do even more. Demacia Delivery going to be pushing up, not going to be too aggressive, though. Stupid E-Girl Sup, they're still just playing it down, looking to keep up the pressure here. They're not going to put down the Herald just yet. Make sure you use it eventually, though, else that disappears. It's going to be a little bit of a waste, and potentially going to get that morale down as well. Syndra going to be at max stacks for the Dark Seal here at 10. Going to be very much a force to be reckoned with. And you look over at the support side, the Tom Kench has officially bought the Heartsteel here, so we'll see whether or not they're going to be able to build the stacks up with that fast enough before this game starts to get really disappointing. Holy Bible taking some early damage. Engage comes through, double knockup. Light taking a ton of damage, almost getting taken offline. Not going to be able to happen just yet. Sun's coming through onto Ryan Fogg. However, Ryan Fogg is going to get double stunned and taken out. Next up's going to be the final player that they really want to take down, and that's going to be the Leona. But Stupid E-Girl Sup still alive, along with a Syndra here, but everyone falls. John Rudy needs to back up, and they're going to be able to. And with 2 players remaining, this really just seems like that blue side had a massive turnaround here. 5K differential, but it still seems like they have so much left in the bank to show us tonight. If they can take this win here, go to map 3, they're going to be really happy about that. $4K gold in that advantageous position. But as we see, the level 3 boots already being occurred. Most people bottom out at this point. Gotta be happy with that red side. Able to get those dragons. Able to get everything. John Rudy taking the next kill. Shutting down the Vayne here. The Vayne being a massive playmaker. But it's not going to be massive enough to get the next kill. They're going to be buying that Rage Blade in spawn. They really do want to go for that on-hit effect here. Looking to build that completely. Play behind the Yorick most likely. There's a lot of players that need to be bursted down early on, including the Syndra and Gwen. Those are your main problems here. But Stupid E-Girl Sup, along with the rest of the team, going to try and take down the Otacon. See whether or not they're going to be able to do it before the opponents start to make their way in. Nobody seems to have realized it since the Yorick is still clearing camps on the other side of the map. However, 4K health is all that's going to be left. And at this point, there's nobody left. It's going to be the Otacon to take its death. Over this time, different buff than the usual. Not going to be able to get that revive. Instead, just getting a little bit of a stat boost. Monster Delivery playing in the back lines here while invisible. Will they be called out? Yes, they will. John Rudy absolutely destroyed here by the Vayne. It's going to be RNGesus to take the kill, get the shutdown, and half those Dark Steel stacks. Still, Rift Herald is still in the hands of Stupid E-Girl Sup. They really do have to use that soon because I'm pretty sure it is starting to get to the point where if you don't, that might just despawn. Which definitely would be rough. We'll see, though. Honestly, you might just want to use it here. Put it down mid lane. Just because, would definitely be, oh, yeah, and they are going to do just that. Let the blue side take the dragon. And instead, you're just going to go take their turrets. At this point, everyone's starting to rotate over, looking to make their way back into the mid side here. But the turrets immediately bursted down. And the dragons, or the herald's still alive. Ryan Fogg's half HP. Stupid E-Girl Sup, first one to engage into the fight. Taking a lot of damage early on. Not going to have anybody to help follow up on it. And Saf is just going to be able to end their career on the Rift. Ryan Fogg going to be hit by the ult. Not entirely sure why they focused the tank. But, you know, I mean, they were low. So there is definitely that. Oh, damage coming in. Ult's going to come through from both of the support and the jungler. However, not going to be able to find much. Leona ult's not going to get those stuns you so desperately need. Demacia Delivery at very low HP. Going to be shut down by Light. And we'll see whether or not there's going to be any comeback coming in from the red side here. Obviously, a lot of players at half HP, maybe 60-70% HP. But it does seem like they're all just going to try and go forward here. Turrets. Turrets are a big thing they got to worry about because 6 turrets have been taken for the red side, only 1 for the blue side. And it's the same thing with the dragons, where the blue side has 3, while the snowflakes, they have a single, or not a single, actually, they have no dragons in their capacity whatsoever, which is really rough to be looking at. You're on sole point here, while your opponents are not even close. Obviously, though, that firepower, if they really do want to just create a scuffle for it, that definitely could become massive. Rabadon's going to be the next buy for the Syndra here. Getting to that 3 item. Really, really nice to see that here. We'll see whether or not they're going to be able to bring it back to any kind of just insane one-shot potential, which I think definitely could happen on players like the Vayne, like the Otacon, like the, or Akshan, sorry, like the, potentially the Annie. There's a lot of options, but right now, Does seem like both these teams are potentially going to want to start fighting for the Baron. Baron now spawns at 25 minutes instead of that 20 that we are all used to. Turret almost getting destroyed, but instead Demacia Delivery going to have to back off at least a little. Oh, never mind. It's getting destroyed. John Rudy hit by the stun and instantly shut down. Nobody there to support them. Stupid E-Girl sub coming to the top lane. Demacia Delivery taking some damage here. Instantly destroyed. A 1-for-1 trade. Probably not as worth it as one would like, seeing as this top laner has not been able to get into the game whatsoever throughout the entirety of this second match. They were doing some good stuff in the game number 1. However, game number 2 has been really, really rough. Not sure if they're not familiar with the Akshan pick. I know that it is definitely a little bit more of that off-meta top laning. However, immediately we're going to be seeing an engagement coming in here. Tower's going to be able to get some good damage in. However, it's going to be the first one to die, Leona, but not for long. Going to be the only one to die since we got the towers dead as well. Stupid E-Girl sub trying to get a re-engage. Saf going to be taken down. Bursted immediately here. Looking to go for more onto Disastrous, but not going to be able to find it. RNGesus looking to try and back off. Not going to allow Stupid E-Girl sub any type of damage. And I don't even know what to say about that. It looked like there was potential, but that potential was instantly blinked away with the red side not being able to catch up to their opponents. It's not going to matter if they can't catch up, because the Baron's going to be the next thing they want to go for here. Immediately going to be bursted down. Stun comes down onto the Tahm Kench. You need to start dealing with that jungler, though. Make sure they don't do anything, and they're not going to be able to. They know it. We know it. Everyone knew it. Dragon summoning soon, though. Less than a minute before that dragon comes online. That's going to really need to be something you want to play for if you are this red side. Because if you allow your opponents to take it, it's definitely not going to be the most favorable situation. Coming into that fight, the Annie playing towards the top side. Potentially going to want to start maybe split pushing a little bit. Demacia Delivery. Airborne, stunned, taking damage. Lots of damage. Not dead yet. Oh, and John Rue is just going to completely burst them down. Dragon spawning in under 10 seconds. At this point, the red side has a massive lead on this. However, the Yorick is going to be close to the pit. We'll see whether or not they do decide to diverge on into it. Stupid E-Girl sub bursting down the enemy as Tahm Kench ults onto RNGesus. But not going to be able to do much with that. John Rudy finds the kill. And they are looking to get more here with Disastrous potentially taken down. Ignite, not going to be available though. Not going to be able to secure the kill. And Tahm Kench able to live another day without 100 gold bounty. Definitely going to be really nice for them to be able to keep that up. Baron buff not really put to the best use you would like. Or is not even going to be on these extra couple minions here. The mid lane seems to be the point of contact for some of these players. TPing down to bot. We see the Syndra over here. Holy Bible. Going to be hit down. Stun as well. Instantly bursted. This magic power has been phenomenal here. We do see Stupid E-Girl sub getting that body block away from some damage. Ryan Fox taking the next kill, though. Disastrous going to be able to shut down the Stupid E-Girl sub. John Rudy wanting to back out. Not going to be able to. The stun to cancel. It's so good. It's so strong. Already saying GG's in chat. With 3 players dead, the minions still empowered, it does seem like they might just be onto something. With the first Nexus Tower getting shut down, the second Nexus Tower looking to be shut down. We saw this happen once before. But will it happen again where there is a chance, an option for this blue side to come back, return it to their once and former glory? It seems like the answer is just going to be no. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, It is just a absolute massacre. 29 minutes, almost made it to the 30 point. However, it's going to be a red side victory. The Snowflakes keep on going with win after win after win. Got to give them credit where credit is due. We'll see whether or not they can bring it back next week for even more wins. But that's going to be it from the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in, and that